some of these homes and buildings and neighborhoods. But of course, what's happening is that there's been a lot of conflict here, not on Greenland, not on the island, but in terms of whether or not Trump will succeed in making this the 51st state or so.
There's talk of a possible takeover. We did have leaders from Denmark at the White House just a couple of days ago. And then yesterday we were talking about this. We had some sound from a couple of people living in Greenland, maybe I guess safe to assume residents there, who said no, they don't want to become the 51st state. And they said that President Trump can't always get what he wants. The reason that we were talking about President Trump wanting this is security purposes.
Yeah, up in that part of the world. So this morning we are also joined by another expert, Judge Jamie Baker, the director of the Syracuse University Institute for Security Policy and Law. Good morning, Judge Jamie Baker. We thank you for your time.
We were talking about President Trump wanting this.
Can you hear us okay, Judge?
We can. Good morning. Thank you.
Hi, good morning.
Wonderful. I know we kind of heard ourselves there for a quick moment. We've got an engineer in here working with us through some little kinks.
Bear with us, Judge, but we cannot wait to hear your opinion on this because this was our poll question yesterday. A lot of people have an opinion on this. They're saying leave them alone, or they're saying yes, they need to become the 51st state.
Well, let me start by, if you will, let me start by saying how extraordinary is it that we're having this conversation? This is a conversation about one NATO country, the U.S., threatening another NATO country. Your audience should remember that NATO was created to address threats and aggression from Russia and the Soviet Union. And now we have one NATO country threatening another NATO country. The other thing our audience should know is this is indeed about U.S. security. It's about Arctic security, and Denmark and Greenland are key to both of those. I can tell you why, but one thing we're doing right now by threatening Greenland and Denmark is doing the work of China and Russia. We should instead do the work of U.S. national security.
For our NATO partners, they say publicly that they don't want the U.S. To be taking over Greenland. But do you think secretly they would want the presence, though, of the United States there, even though publicly it might not be the thing to say?
Well, the first thing to know is the United States is already present there. We have been present there. Since we established we had 17 bases there at one point. We have a very important base there now called Bidufik. It used to be known as Thule. Some of our audience may have been stationed there during the Cold War. The Danes, Denmark, and through Denmark, Greenland, have been wonderful NATO allies. No other country suffered as many casualties as Denmark as a NATO ally fighting alongside Americans in Afghanistan.
Judge Baker, my apologies. Just hold 1 second. We have a quick commercial break. We want to keep you around. Okay. Yeah, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Yes, this is your mystery camera. We had many people say Michigan, some said Maine. Let's do a quick reveal if we can, because Mike Pache was in on this one as well.
Yeah, I went with Maine here. Let's see.
Let's go ahead and give you mystery camera.
Mystery cam number one.
Oh,
very
wow.
nice, Michigan.
Michigan gets it.
Yeah, well, it's a winter paradise.
It is
Yeah.
paradise. Yeah.
And the site of novel 2, the follow-up to Lights Out at the Lighthouse.
Ooh, what could happen at this one?
Our poor guest, Judge Jamie Baker, is standing by wondering what in the world are they talking about. Judge, thanks for staying with us. I wanted to ask you, you said moments ago before Mike's question, we should not be doing what China and other countries are doing. We should be doing what the U.S. should be doing. Dive deeper into that for us.
Sure. So I think the key message is that NATO is key to U.S. security, and NATO and the Arctic are key to U.S. security. So Denmark and Greenland are already excellent NATO partners. We have had bases in Greenland and still do. This is not about a U.S. security presence in Greenland. This is about the 21st century and the future of Arctic security. What would we lose if we lose the NATO alliance? That's what is at stake here. So let's take a look at the Arctic. And I would encourage the audience to break out your globes and look at Greenland on a globe rather than a flat map. And the Arctic, 2/3 of Russia's nuclear submarines are stationed near the Kola Peninsula up in the Arctic Circle. For those submarines to come down into the North Atlantic, they have to go either by Svalbard, between Svalbard and Norway, or between Svalbard and Greenland. Our presence, our military presence in that region is predicated on NATO. We are in Norway. We are in Greenland. We can track the submarines that way. Here's another way. Passage through the Arctic depends on icebreakers. Guess how many icebreakers the United States has right now? 2. 3 if you count the smaller one. Guess how many Russia has? 57. So during the Cold War, we'd call that a breaker gap. But when you add in our NATO allies, we have 45 icebreakers. We're now on parity and going to go toe-to-toe with the Russians and the Chinese in the Arctic. So this is about U.S. security, and pissing off our NATO allies and destroying the NATO alliance undermines U.S. security.
You know, I think we're showing video. I'm not sure if you can see it on your end of Greenland. And I think these poor people, right? This community, this island, this kind of stuck in the middle, and it's unfortunate that it's come to this. And your thoughts, kind of long term, what this means for Greenland. I know it's a country of many resources.
So there's arguably 4 interests at stake here, and we can weigh them differently. I've made it clear how I weigh them. I put U.S. national security first and Arctic security first. The next interest is economic. With climate change, and it is possible now to contemplate mining and getting the rare earth minerals from Greenland and from other Arctic regions. So there's an economic interest. There is the territorial interests, which President Trump seems to be expressing. And then, of course, we can't lose sight of the interests of the 57,000 people who make Greenland their home, Greenlanders, and their right to determine their own destiny and fate. And that tends, thank you for your question, because that tends to get overlooked in the discussion. The one thing that we have to be sure about, though, is we have a security presence in Greenland. Denmark will allow us to do what we need to do in Greenland to protect the Arctic and protect U.S. national security. If we drive Denmark if we drive the NATO alliance into the ground, we will lose that. We will lose it in Norway. We won't be able to protect Svalbard, which I've mentioned a couple of times, which is key to the North Atlantic and key to Arctic security. And think about what that provides us. Our early warning radar protecting our vulnerabilities from missiles coming over the Arctic, let's say fired by Russia, let's say fired by China, let's say fired by North Korea. Where are our early warning radar? They're in Canada, Greenland, and Norway. If we get thrown out of NATO, we will lose Norway, Greenland, and probably Canada. Thinking about the impact that would be on our missile warning capacity.
So true. Judge Jamie Baker, thank you for your time this morning. We so appreciate it, and we appreciate you hanging with us as well through that commercial break. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And let's go right to this next story if we can. We are also talking about social media this morning. Mike, thank you so much, buddy. You can hang as long as you want, but I don't know what you got going.
No problem, guys. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday, my friend. Thank you for always coming down and being willing.
Love it.
It's great to see you.
Have a good weekend, Mike.
You too, guys.
We're talking about social media, and in the chat, why don't you go ahead and throw in there, what is your favorite social media app?
How many are there now? We have Instagram, TikTok. Would you consider Facebook? So yes,
I think
Facebook is
so.
social media. What else is there?
Tinder and Bumble.
Are those social media? Are those our hookup sites?
Well, I think if you're being social with someone, I think maybe.
What about LinkedIn?
I think that's a social media app.
That's more of a social media app than a business type app.
It's like a Rolodex app almost. You know, you put your resume there, and you can still DM people on LinkedIn.
Yeah. True.
And so we are talking social media this morning. Oh, and Buddha Sheep says he likes LinkedIn. Let us know what app you like and why you like it. RLS Vid says he only uses Facebook and X. We are talking this morning about, it says, over the past few days, Instagram users have been flooded with unexpected password reset emails, raising some concerns that personal data may be circulating outside the platform. We have a very interesting interview to bring you this morning, and here he is right here, Harry Maugans. Harry, good morning. Nice to see you.
Hi, Harry.
Good morning. Well, how are you?
Good. So what are the concerns? I know if we have an Instagram account here at work, we have to have the two-factor authentication.
Thank
you, authentication. But most people don't really do that.
They don't. And unfortunately, with data breaches and security the way it is in 2026 now, there's a lot of information out there. Your email address is exposed. And a lot of hackers or bad guys are taking that and doing the forgot password. They're trying to bypass the two-factor. There's an attack going on across society right now, and AI is making it even worse because now they can replicate their attack across more people faster.
You know, what is the, I don't know if there's an easy way or not, but what is the most simple way to protect ourselves in terms of, passwords? I mean, how many passwords do you have? I tend to have to reset my password every time because I forget what my password is on that site or this site or that app, and I do have the double, security authentication. What are your thoughts on that?
That's great. I mean, not having two-factor is making it easier for the bad guys. So always enable it if it's a possibility. Passkeys are a newish technology that is becoming more popular, and more sites support that. I know Facebook and Instagram do now, which is fantastic. And the underlying cause behind that, the fire that's creating all this smoke now is really the data broker industry causing the data to circulate. So finding a way to remove yourself from data brokers like a privacyb.com type of company can help minimize the vulnerability you have to these kind of attacks.
What is this passcode that you're speaking of?
So it's a passwordless technology. So initially when you set up your account, they ask you to enter 12, 18 characters, the traditional password, and then they started adding more complexity like symbols or no repeating digits. Well, it got to a point where computers are fast enough, technology's strong enough, and data breaches are so common that passwords aren't as secure as they used to be. So then two-factor came along to, at that secondary step, to help people keep their accounts safe. Well, passkeys are kind of the evolution past that, where now instead of having just a password or a PIN sent to your text messaging, it's an actual piece of code that is run from your phone or from a browser extension like a 1Password or a Dashlane, where when you try to log in, it pops up and does biometric authentication. Basically, your phone will ask you to scan a QR code. It'll do the Face ID. It'll do fingerprint, some kind of local device security. And that security is then transmitted to the website to essentially vouch for your identity, saying Facebook or Instagram, this person is actually who they say they are.
You know, here is a bit of a change here, kind of move on from that topic slightly, but still talk about tech. You know, there's some backlash facing tech giants like Google for telling children they can actually remove their parental controls. And as a mother of 3 teenagers, I have to say, this is really disturbing. What are your thoughts? What does that mean? And is there a way for us as parents to get around that?
It's getting harder. There are some companies that offer different types of parental controls where you can monitor what's happening on social media. Australia is taking a pretty extreme stance, which I do support, where they're actually blocking social media of people under the age of 13, I believe it is.
I think it's
and certain
16.
states are now having that conversation in the U.S. as well.
Yeah, Harry, we've been talking about all that, talking about that all morning long. And the prime minister there saying they're setting a precedent, and this has been very successful.
I know the kids don't like it very much, but as a parent myself, I fully support it. I think it's I think social media is one of the most dangerous things for mental health because you're putting your best you're seeing everybody else put their best foot forward and you're seeing your reality of your life, the good and the bad. And that's going to breed depression. It's going to breed security risks. It's going to have all kinds of dangers to people who aren't fully able to protect themselves yet, being still a child.
You know, the hard thing, too, I think, for a lot of teenagers is when they see some of those highlight reels and grown-ups, I guess, as well. You know, you have all these editing apps, so maybe that girl isn't that thin, or maybe that guy isn't built like that, or doesn't, his or her face or whatever doesn't really look like that. And so it is kind of now with the introduction of AI, I feel like that also is something else that we have to watch out for and be cognizant of it, right?
Absolutely. And it's only getting worse, unfortunately, as AI gets better. Because, to your point, you can make a person look different, with photo manipulation, but there's so much data behind all this. They know what things trigger you. They know how to make it more addicting for a person's doom scrolling on Instagram. So the algorithm is getting so intelligent nowadays. People don't stand a chance, and it just sucks you in, and it's dangerous. It really is. I mean, there's positive uses for social media and the algorithm and AI, of course, a lot of them.
Harry, 1 second. I'm so sorry. My apologies. Sure. We have to go to a quick break. We'll bring you back in 1 quick second, my friend. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone, here at 10:45, and thank you for hanging with us in the chat and for all the likes. I think we're going to hit a record on the number of likes here on this video, and we were just kind of chatting with Big D about this image right here, Anita.
That is the OG image. That is the lights out at the lighthouse. That is the cover of our romance/thriller.
Yes, that's so true.
And book number 1 in the series.
And then book number 2 in the series. We had the image of Paradise, Michigan, which was a snowy scene.
The seasons have changed.
Yeah, the seasons
as have the lovers and the killers.
Yes. The romantic thriller continues.
I was thinking character names. And I think we need a...
You think of the woman's name.
Oh, okay. Evelyn.
And I think Harry.
Oh,
Harry,
I was thinking Harry
Harry Maugans is back.
You don't even want to know where we're going with this, Harry. This is such an excellent conversation. I think you can talk about social media forever. We have a comment in the chat from, I believe we're going to go with the No Dime, who says social media isn't social, and that is the problem. You were talking about the comparison. Celeste was talking about the comparison. And, that's what is so tough is we don't know what's real. And we don't know, especially now with AI, whether it's that email that you get to reset that password or the images that are popping up all over your feed.
Oh, hold on one second. We're going to try to... Oh, there we gotcha.
Okay.
Continue on.
Start over for us.
And education is really the only way to fix it because, they're going to keep having tech workarounds or make it look more realistic. You have to educate yourself. You have to research it and just pause before you take action, before you enter a bank detail or send a payment. Just double check the from address on the email. Double check the account on Instagram has the verified badge. It's unfortunately just requires a lot of double checking these days.
Harry, you've been a wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much. What is, folks want to reach out to you and read more about you or your services. Do you have a website or something like that or a handle on social?
We do, privacybee.com. So privacy and then B like the insect, BEE.com. And our service is helping protect people online. In today's day and age, we clean up data brokers, people search sites, and just do digital protection, digital footprint cleanup.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great weekend. Thank you so much. Now Bells joins us this morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Hi.
The gals who gab.
Yes.
We got rid of Mike Pache and brought Bell in.
I know, yeah. We are talking about Girl Scout cookies this morning.
Were you a Girl Scout?
I was not.
I was not either.
But I supported them and bought the cookies.
Eating a lot of cookies?
Yes.
My mom, I really wanted to be a Girl Scout. My mom said, I don't want to stand outside of a grocery store and sell cookies.
Not in Illinois in the winter.
I don't know. I would imagine Girl Scout cookie season is the same throughout the United States.
It's the same, but it's probably colder in Chicago now than it is here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
We're going to see a high of 78 here in Phoenix today, where you may see some Girl Scouts out at your grocery store. Let's take a listen to what they had to share this morning.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. Yeah, good morning, Ty. Good morning, Celeste. Good morning, everybody. Always fun to be out here with the best sales force in the state of Arizona. There they are. Yeah, the Girl Scouts. And, they couldn't do what they're doing without the transportation department. Yeah, there they are. All the moms. Without the transportation department, these cookies are just sitting in a warehouse. But look live with me, Zuri Torres. Zuri, good to see you again.
Good morning.
Give everybody your long title.
Oh, I'm the creative director for Girl Scouts Arizona Cactus Pine Council. So it's changed.
The Cactus Pine Council. I always stumble on that one. Good job. Where does that entail? There's a lot of communities, doesn't it?
Yeah, we really serve central and northern Arizona and all of the Native American communities within that.
Very cool. Let's get to the lineup. Come on over here, Zuri, and let's just walk right down the line. What kind of cookies are you going to be serving up this year?
Oh, yeah. We have tagalongs, which are our peanut butter and chocolate. Samoa's classic. We have coconut with a drizzle of chocolate on top. Adventurefuls is our brownie inspired from a couple years ago. That was new. Do-si-dos, oatmeal and peanut butter, some lemon ups, which speaks for itself, and then trefoils and thin mints, which are our classic. But this year we also...
What's the new one?
It's called Explore Mores.
Yeah, these are them right up here,
yeah, right up there. It's our Rocky Road inspired. So you have a almond flavored creme in there, and it has like a kind of like the texture of an Oreo, but better.
Yeah, are there marshmallows in there?
Oh, it has the fluff of a marshmallow.
Well, I heard marshmallows are poisonous.
I mean, they're not that. We had to come up with something new this year.
Hey, girls, grab a cookie. Let's see you munching on those. Let's talk about how important this is for these girls to learn these lessons at this age, because it's more than just getting cookies out there, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. The girls during this time really take on some business skills. They learn about business ethics, how to set goals, communication skills, collaborative skills. It's really all about growing as an entrepreneur and knowing what it is like to grow and maintain a business.
Yeah, and it leads into their schooling down the line and their careers down the line, all these lessons that they can learn. All right, well, let's talk about the Cookie Finder and the digital cookie. How's that work?
Yeah, Cookie Finder, you go to girlscoutsaz.org/cookie finder. You just put in your zip code and you'll find a cookie booth near you. And digital cookie is a way to modernize cookie sales, where girls really get to work on their marketing skills and reach out to the community in a digital way.
Zuri, let's talk about Girl Scout Cookie Night. You girls get together and have cookie nights? What's that all about?
We do partner with the community in many different ways. Next Saturday on January 24th, we're going to be partnering with GCU Women's Basketball, having an event with them. And then, it's going to be great. And then in February, we have events with the Phoenix Suns and ASU Women's Basketball as well.
Very cool. Okay, everybody grab your favorite cookie. Of course, I have Thin Mints. The beauty about Thin Mints, they're kind of like chicken nuggets. About 4 years from now, they'll still be good. Like, you can put these in the freezer and eat them like 20 years from now. Okay, everybody grab your cookie. Ready to have a cookie bite? In 1, 2, 3, everybody take a big bite. Oh, we'll send it back to you guys.
You're not taking a bite. You're putting that whole cookie in your mouth.
Oh, my goodness.
What's
so
your
good.
favorite
I think I'm going to go with peanut butter, only because I can't do chocolate.
Okay.
Because I'm allergic. What about you, Bells?
I like the mint ones.
The mint.
Yeah.
The mint.
In the
Okay.
freezer.
That was our poll question this morning.
Oh.
And winning was, would you rather freeze them or do you eat them out of the box?
Okay.
And frozen Thin Mints won.
Wow. Anita,
Yeah.
what's your favorite?
I like the Samoas.
Ooh, those are good.
I like caramel.
Yeah.
So anything with caramel.
Yum.
I don't have to
Do you
have
like
the
salted
chocolate.
caramel? Just like a little bits of them?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of sea
I'm-
salt.
Yes. There's an Ace Hardware on 12th Street in Northern.
I know it.
And they have them right there at the cash register.
The Ace by Us sells them as well.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
maybe they all do it.
Yeah, they do.
So good. And many of you are sharing in the chat what your favorite is as well. If in the Darla Nicole says nothing better than the Thin Mints. And I know a lot of people love those ones. Flint 1969 says, I love the coconut ones, frozen or out of the box. I asked. And many of you are saying, yeah, maybe both. Maybe both. All right. We are talking this morning about health with AI. Do you use AI when it comes to recipes, workouts, anything?
I don't like AI.
Yeah, Bells?
do.
Okay, go ahead,
do.
Bells.
Yeah, I think one time I used AI because I was doing a recipe, but the recipe called for, it was like 3 servings. I just wanted a single serving.
Yeah.
So I inputted the recipe and I said, can you just make this a single serving? And it was helpful.
Okay,
to,
that
you
makes
know,
sense.
change all the measurements for me.
Or maybe you don't have some of the ingredients at home. But I mean, I guess I just Google. What's the difference really if you're Googling how to substitute chocolate or using AI?
Well, I think what you could do, like what Bells did, kind of, you throw in, okay, I want this recipe, but can you sub out chocolate for caramel, for example? They'll give you a recipe for that, and then it'll say maybe that recipe has, sugar, and then you say, oh, wait, can I sub maple syrup for that? Or can I sub stevia? Or was it monk fruit?
Yes.
For that. And then so you can continue the stream. It's like a conversation, constant. And I think that's what is a little bit different.
I see.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll throw
maybe
something.
more options.
More options.
Okay.
Like I'll throw something in there about like a workout. I was like, what are the best workouts of 2026 for a woman my age with 3 children, busy? I have like 30 minutes a day. It'll give me options, and I'll say, what would be the best one for cardiovascular? And then it'll give me a breakdown of those.
Yeah.
And so it kind of continues the conversation.
Right.
I would guess that we all at one point or another have Googled a symptom.
Oh,
Yes.
of
Right?
course.
Which again, then I guess is no different than using AI and saying my tooth hurts.
Right. If anything, I think AI serves as a more like helpful search engine to help you understand. Because if I look up a symptom and I WebMD myself and it's like cancer, you're going to die, all these crazy things.
Gosh.
But then I'll say the same thing to ChatGPT and it'll break it down. And,
My cousin mentioned that we were having a conversation over Christmas and we were talking about out who uses AI, who doesn't. And she said that she thinks when it comes to health-related questions, AI is more reliable and more accurate and more positive. She said the same thing, that they're a little bit more, don't worry, not doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Dying, that maybe it's just this.
Yeah.
Whereas when she was Googling, it would say,
Worst of the worst.
You have measles.
You're going to die.
Like, you would put like...
You're dying.
Yeah.
That's a good point,
Yeah.
though. I think you're right. And plus, they always share the news with like a happy, if it's audio. Listeners, this is the story that we have. Ty just walked into the studio. So, Ty, are you listening? This is Dry January. And it's the hardest day for Ty.
Participate.
Oh, you don't participate in Dry January? Okay. I said no. Trending now. If you're having trouble sticking to your Dry January commitment, you're not alone. Today is the toughest day, in fact, because we're on the heels of the MLK holiday weekend. 50% of people report having their first drink on the Friday leading into MLK Day. Health experts say if you're having trouble staying away, opt for a mocktail instead.
Which is what we've been doing all month. So you just continue that trend.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think I read January 18th is pretty much the date where if you're not going to stick to that resolution is when you're giving up.
Okay.
But we had a coach on yesterday who said, just keep going.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Bounce back.
If you
got
failed.
it.
And Celeste said every day is different. So just because it's not January 1st, it's January 15th. Do it. January 16th.
It's better to, encounter a little bump on the road and keep going versus, I messed up. I'm never going to try again.
See, I haven't started my resolutions yet.
Oh.
Technically, I give myself through the month of January to drag my feet a little bit and get through the holidays.
Yes.
And
That's
travel.
good. Start
and
of
then
the
get into
year.
the swing of things. And then I really start pushing.
So, for example, I just used ChatGPT to look up an easy mocktail recipe for
Okay.
you.
Oh.
This one is a citrus sparkler.
Sounds
it has
yummy.
sparkling water, citrus juice, any kind that you have, grapefruit, orange, lime, whatever you have. Splash of cranberry, maybe juice for some color, fresh lime or orange. And then if you want to just fancy it up, put a little bit of mint on there. And so you have ideas like that. And if I said, okay, same type of thing, but with raspberries. And then it would
fun.
and it said perfect, fresh. Here's one, raspberry citrus sparkler. And then it will give you a new recipe for that. So it's kind of like a twist.
You're never getting bored.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
So ChatGPT, we kind of took those two stories, combined them into one, helped you find a good recipe to keep your Dry January going. But Anita, thank you so much for joining. So
Stick
appreciate
around,
you.
you guys. We have 4 guests.
And Bells,
within the next
Bells,
hour.
you're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, you
Thank you. Here is a live look at our sequel to Lights Out at the Lighthouse. We have Harry and his beloved who are hanging up top. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome on in. We're going to keep things rolling here at 11 o'clock on this Friday, TGIF. We made it to the end of the week, and we have another jam-packed show.
We do. We have 4 guests today, and we're going to start with our fantastic reporter, Oliviana. This is a very interesting topic. We're talking about whole milk.
Yeah, it is back in school.
More people are drinking milk again after years of decline. Whole milk sales have climbed from about 1.6 billion units sold to nearly 1.8 billion.
We service a lot of coffee shops, and whole milk's our #1 seller into those coffee shops because that's what makes the best latte. People should feel good about how milk is produced.
Michael Turley owns Rolling Lawns Farm. He says this move falls in line with what he's been seeing, people wanting real food.
We've been, as a dairy industry, making whole milk for a century. And it's still the most simple, pure product that we can produce.
And now whole milk and 2% milk are options in school cafeterias again. President Trump just signed the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act into law, rolling back an Obama-era school nutrition rule limiting schools to low-fat and fat-free milk.
Skim milk doesn't taste great, and when you put it in a half-pint gable-top carton, which we've been drinking milk out of for decades and decades, we're introducing the kids to an inferior product, and it's all taste for them, right? The milk can leave the farm and be in bottles ready to go to the store in about 3 hours.
Just down the road at Rocky Road Dairy, one farmer says whole milk can make a real difference for kids.
About 30 gallons of pasteurized milk. To be able to consume that fuller fat milk will really help them to feel more full longer, because some kids, what they get at school